Hello everyone, this is 10X Generation. This is my road to $1 billion. I'm building a decentralized cloud gaming platform so you can earn passive income sharing your PC and your games with others through the internet. And yesterday I spoke a little bit about how I'm feeling like I'm losing focus when I'm working, and I think it's because of this transition in my mind from thinking it's a hobby and something I do for fun into more of an obligation. And because I categorize it now as work inside of my mind, it's not something that I have to enjoy doing. Um, so I want to kind of reframe the way I'm thinking about it so that I can unlock the focus and the drive to do it, much like a game or some other hobby, something that I can do endlessly and never have to force myself to do anything, even though if you look at it, it's really not, they're not different from each other. Working on something and playing a game, it's the same kinds of activities. Um, and I implemented that today a little bit, and it's a little bit of a process to convince yourself of that again. Um, but really, I did that, and I got a little bit done. What I ended up doing was actually working on Neon Controller a little bit. There's this bug that makes it so that you're not able to share layouts. So if you don't know what Neon Controller is, it's my app that allows you to play PC games on your phone and create a highly customizable controller overlay on top of that. And I wanted to make it so that you could share layouts between people. So if one person makes a really awesome layout for Rocket League or some game, someone else can use it without having to drag everything and actually make it themselves. But that wasn't working for months, and I just wanted to work on it, just not out of obligation. I just wanted to work on it, and I got maybe about half of it done. And I wanted to change some things about my website, so I wanted to make it so that when I scroll down, the top bar disappears, and when you scroll back up it reappears, just because the way it is now it overlays. So I'm talking about the Neon Controller website. So I did that. I learned I'm using a platform called Webflow, so I had to learn how to do animations and things like that on there. And so getting to the actual juice of it, this Neon Arcade, I sat down and I wanted to work on it, but for whatever reason, I didn't really want to work on the API, kind of like the functionality of it. I wanted to work on the background, right? I have this idea in my head of how I want it to look. And I want it to be colorful, and I want like a blue background that resembles like kind of like the night sky a little bit, and then shapes, like these large shapes just kind of like slowly moving. Now, I agree with you, it's not important to do something to do that, but if this is what is needed to keep my passion going for this project and keep my focus with this project, I'll gladly do that. Because things tend to be, have momentum. If you stop working on it, period, or if the times when you're working on it aren't, and I'm not speaking like fact, I'm just saying like in my experience, working on something where you're half focused, you're kind of half-assing it, and you're like watching other stuff, you're not completely focused, that kind of becomes a habit, and it kind of slowly you step away from the project. So if you can find something within the project that you're really, really focused on and can be really driven, give all your effort to, such as this animation thing, I'm learning about JavaScript canvases and things like that. If you can get yourself to focus like that, I feel like it would translate over to the other parts of the project, just because you've made it so that you can focus on it more. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I was learning. Like I said, I'm learning about the canvas function, and that's how people make these really cool, like awesome looking animations in the background. I have a cool animation for my Neon Controller website. But that one I kind of just copy and pasted. I just looked up that effect where you have 2 points and then there's a line that appears and then it gradually disappears to look like a constellation. I just copied that from somewhere, but I couldn't find the effect that I wanted for this one, so I have to make it, and that leads me to learn about the cannabis stuff. And I've just been working on it. Like, it's past my usual bedtime. I usually go to bed a lot earlier than this. I usually go to bed like at 9. It's 10:35 now. And I've just been completely focused, just trying to make these squares and make them rotate in a cool way. And yeah, so I feel focused. Not as focused as I want to be, but I did get a good bit done today, I guess, and I did work on it. Yeah, and the last thing I kind of want to mention, is that I get tired. I get tired, like really tired, around 3, 4 ish, and I usually take a nap. And I don't want to take a nap at that time. I want to be up all day. And I've been thinking for a while, why am I getting sleepy? I think I made a video about this, about why I'm getting sleepy. Did I? Maybe not. But I think it's breakfast. I think I'm not, like, when I, like, for breakfast, I usually just have straight protein. So either a sausage or an egg. And I don't think it's fulfilling enough. And I looked up, just breakfasts around the world, and just to see how they are. And a lot of cultures, they tend to have big, hearty, like carbohydrate dense breakfasts. And I was just thinking, like, maybe there's probably a reason for that. Like, breakfast isn't a new concept. So there's probably a reason why breakfasts are so energy dense. And it's probably because it's the most important meal of the day. If you start off your day without giving your body the energy you need, you won't have the energy you need for the rest of your day, pretty much. So, yeah, I decided to, I'm putting effort into making sure my breakfasts are bigger. I usually don't have a lot for breakfast, and some days I just skip breakfast. But I'm going to stop doing that, and I'm going to start eating big breakfasts. So, yeah. I'll start eating big breakfasts, and we'll see how my energy goes. Maybe I'll be able to stay up later. Maybe, because I'm getting tired now. We'll see. So, yeah. And these videos, I've been making these videos for a while, and if you've been watching along, you're probably getting a little bit of insight into my personality. I'm someone who likes to analyze a lot in my life. And it's almost like the way I describe my mind is like I'm someone with anxiety without the emotional component, right? I can separate from my emotions, but I can still overanalyze stuff, and I don't get stuck on decisions. But I analyze everything. Every little thing that happens, I try to analyze. So, yeah, that's something you're going to continue to see. And some people will say that's a bad thing, that you overanalyze every little thing that happens. But I think it is a major contributor to my success. It makes, like, if I analyze why I'm doing something, why something doesn't feel correct, if I'm constantly doing that, I can reach decisions about or conclusions about myself that can, put me on a path that I want to go. And that entire idea is really just based off of the belief that I think emotions are really important. I don't think a lot of people think well, I don't want to say that, but I know some people don't put a lot of value into emotions, but my belief is like the emotions are there for a reason and it's trying to communicate something. It's just not able to translate. So you have to figure out what it's talking about to get the resolution. So, um, yeah, it hasn't been a problem so far. Like me being over analytical about how I am and who I am and what I'm feeling. It hasn't been a problem, and it's only brought me success. I'm gonna continue doing it, but yeah. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I had a conversation with my mom, and my mom was like, "Why do you like analyze everything? Like most things aren't that serious. Why do you just keep thinking about things and trying to get to conclusions and just thinking about it constantly?" So that's why I brought that up, and that's what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's really it for the video. That's all I wanted to share for today. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. I make these videos every single day. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.